Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana, yes. William Ruto was recently in Saudi Arabia. And the news we are gathering is that most African leaders who are also with him in Saudi Arabia went back to their countries with something. Ruto came back empty-handed. And that's very interesting because William Ruto and his team have been boasting that these foreign trips are really helping Kenya in terms of development. And Rigathi and William Ruto himself have been very loud on that. And recently they were forced to explain that because Kenyans were getting jittery of the many trips that we cannot see development on the ground. In under 1 year, Ruto has made over 40 trips. The same William Ruto has been saying he admired Kibaki and he wanted to be like Kibaki. In 10 years, Kibaki made only 36 trips. In under 1 year, Ruto has made 40. So you are seeing a man who is just talking, but his actions are betraying him. And I believe that William Ruto's loudmouth might have worked against him in Saudi Arabia. I want us to dig deep into this for Kenyans to understand what's happening here, ladies and gentlemen. Before we do that, let's have a look at this. Saudi fund loans $580 million to 12 African countries. The SFD Chief Executive Officer, His Excellency Sultan Al Marshad, has signed 14 new development loan agreements with the 12 African ministers worth over $580 million to fund healthcare, water, education, and transportation projects. In the deal, the target countries include Angola, Burkina Faso, Benin, Burundi, Cabo Verde, Guinea, Malawi, Mozambique, Niger, Rwanda, Sierra Leone, and Tanzania. Those are the countries who have benefited from the recent Saudi Arabia African Summit. William Ruto came empty-handed after talking very loudly in Saudi Arabia. What's actually happening here, ladies and gentlemen? If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give this video a like. Let's proceed. Looking at what is happening in my beloved country, Ruto is the biggest problem we have in Kenya. And as long as he is at the helm, then this country is going down. And I'm saying that because if you compare Kenya to our neighbors Tanzania and Uganda, they are performing far much better economically than we are doing as a country. Ruto has borrowed more than any other government has done before. In just under 1 year, he has borrowed about 2 trillion. Uhuru Kenyatta in 10 years borrowed only 6.7 trillion. If given another 1 year, then Kenya will be in serious debts. In just under 1 year, he has borrowed about 2 trillion Kenya shillings. Why did William Ruto come empty-handed from Saudi Arabia after creating an impression that is the #1 ambassador across the globe? The first reason, William Ruto appears to be very disparate. And now world leaders have started seeing that desperation. If he's in America or in the West, he tries to be seen. He seeks too much attention. He wants to be seen as the good boy. When he's in the Arab world, he wants to be seen as the outspoken one, the good boy, somebody who cares, somebody who understands things. I think this is creating an impression that is very disparate. And I don't think these world leaders are ready to deal with such disparate person. So his desperation is causing this country a lot. William Ruto should compose himself. Let him calm himself down. He's yani akona kimbelembele mingi. The second reason, William Ruto talks without looking at the bigger picture. And in this forum, I've always maintained that William Ruto's main undoing is his mouth. He talks without looking at the repercussions or the consequences of his speech. Immediately the Hamas-Israel war broke out, Ruto, even without understanding things, he quickly took sides in that war. He supported Israel, which I've also been maintaining here that it's not bad. That is his own right, and some of us maybe support him on that. Immediately that war broke out, he was very quick to take sides, throwing his weight behind Israel. About 2 days later, African Union disowned, or rather made clear its stand that it was supporting, I think, Hamas. And we have been seeing some African leaders throwing their weights behind Hamas. By William Ruto supporting Israel, William Ruto had painted a picture that is an enemy to the Arab nation. What was he going to do in Saudi Arabia? How could he convince the Arab nation, having thrown his weight behind Israel? Ruto talks more than necessary and thus working against him. And now that he's Kenya's president, it's also working against the country. As I conclude, it's good he never got something from there, because even if he could have gotten, then I know it could have just been squandered by some rogue government officials, hence just increasing the debts. So it's good he never got something from there. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give this video a like. Any other person who may want to support our forum, contact me through that number, or feel free to channel your support to the number. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya.